Welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
We are in the midst of the first trial, part 2, part 2.
Deuce.
And we are hopefully going to wrap it up on this episode. I'm really, I'm ready for this to reach its epic conclusion here. I feel like they're just scrapping for straw or grabbing for straws at this point.
They're really dragging it out.
Yeah.
We've uncovered a handbag that could be potentially used to conceal a gun, the gun in question, and Hosonaga here has a piece of evidence that has just magically come out of nowhere.
He just pulled it out of his ass, and now we're about to see what it actually is. So. All right, Hasanaga, what you got for me? What you got for me? The photographic print. Oh, okay. So we have a photographic print of it. Okay. All right. There's the glass. So she did put the glass in the bag for some reason.
What's that on his arm?
That's a bull tattoo. That bull tattoo showed up on the plate.
Yeah.
That was on the plate.
Keep that in mind.
So he got branded.
Maybe.
Huh, okay. And he's clearly dead at that point. And is facing the other... Yeah, okay.
Specifically, the bag is also see-through, which is...
Interesting.
Interesting choice. That kind of defeats the purpose of some bags.
Right.
Yeah. It seems almost intentional. Anyway,
this is interesting. All right, let's see where this goes. This print is of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside. But, if she shot the gun, she'd be holding it.
Yeah.
That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment.
Huh.
So the contents are clearly visible.
It's very... It's fishy.
Yeah, I don't know. Exactly. So there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is real fishy. That's all I can say. As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. It's definitely that thing on his arm, though.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruto-san. Well, the Arby's finally got it. Came out. Oh, I shouldn't have the meat mountain. Order. Inspector Hasanaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. The photograph of the handbag has been entered in your court record. Photograph taken by Hasanaga-san after the incident occurred. It shows Miss handbag on a chair by the victim's table. Okay. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness counsel. Oh, I can't believe I shit myself. So embarrassing. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As a photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance. I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in the matter, and I must make my rule.
Well, okay, we just got here.
I know. You just got the print in. Let me take a look at it.
You've inserted a new piece of evidence, and you just want to call it a day.
Yeah, that's not justice.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
Yeah. Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion, that she is my fairy princess. Anyway. She is an angel. Oh. That the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime. I really like my P words.
No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around, I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start.
You idiot!
Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke.
Oh, God. Oh, we're dead. That's the end of the game.
Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? You mean this is it?
I must say, you put up quite a fight for a rookie student, but the weak are meat. But the weak are meat?
The weaker meat while the strong eat. It's the hammer and the nail analogy. Just, it's dumb.
It's, wow. You really, I could kick your ass right now. You are wasting your time. There is no way to defeat true justice.
That's what I call my penis.
True justice activate. A fact you should chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening.
You're right.
Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit?
No, you're not.
And Kazuma,
He's got something up his sleeve.
his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma. What? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? You heard the judge.
Wow.
There's nothing about that last photograph the detective produced that we can contest.
Well, clearly there is then.
Which means there is no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue.
There is. I saw that on his arm.
Yeah, you haven't tried.
Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling.
Nobody else is uncomfortable with this.
It seems we will be able to report to the British government on time after all.
That smug little.
Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having considered all of the evidence. You got interrupted again. Oh my god.
Wait, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke? I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom.
Yes.
On the platter, on the right-hand side of the platter, there was a marking thing.
Yeah, it was the exact same that was on his arm.
So he's just flipped the wrong way. So that means he was purposefully.
Yeah.
Something was turned around there.
Also, I didn't notice that on his hands before.
Yeah, I never noticed that either.
Huh.
Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance. Is there no longer any room for doubt in this matter? And I must make my ruling. Now that means that if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail I mean, then ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question.
Objection.
This is blatant straw clutching. Look at the photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day of the question. There is no problem with this evidence. Not the only thing that shows in the picture, though.
Yeah. You better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke.
I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. It's right there. Yeah, because, he got flipped around. So, when he was facing the table, his right arm, which that is right there, would have been on the side of that thing.
Yeah.
And now he got flipped around, so yep.
So she shot him point blank in the chest and then turned the body around.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he got, our guy here got thrown to a cupboard, so he wouldn't have seen that.
Exactly.
Yep.
However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag. You guys are... It's not the handbag.
Yeah.
My thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes.
Yeah. Also, it looks like that was the only thing in the handbag.
Right.
Like, you would think she would have, like, a purse, or not a purse, but like a wallet or something inside of there.
At least something else.
Like,
you
if
wouldn't
she
just carry an empty handbag just for nothing.
Yeah, especially if she's traveling abroad. She has to have some personal belongings, like a passport or...
Something like that, yeah.
Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze.
It's a wooze.
It's a woozle.
You're woozle. Oh.
There's...
Oh, I'm back.
You thought I was done?
Oh, I'm not. I'm back, bitch. And I'm better than ever.
There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it.
Very well. I will grant the defense one final opportunity.
Huh?
What? No! But be warned that if I am unsatisfied by your response here, I will smack you in the ass.
I will pound that ass.
The trial will be over with immediate effect.
That's a big gavel.
Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Your Excellency.
So, take another look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! Print Inspector Hasanaga submitted before. You will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail to which you have alluded. Sure is, right here. Bada boom.
Yes.
I guess right there.
Wonder if... Okay, no, you don't have to. Good.
Look at this here.
Look at this graph.
Every time I look, it makes me laugh. And what the hell is on Joey's head? There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist.
That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description.
It's a hot plate.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Keep the... Yep.
Objection.
Dear me, I was pondering what new piffle you would come out with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrists. Clearly that's nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag. Ooh, ooh, she's so magnificent. Yes, that is a burn mark. You're right. Go on, Inspector.
The police coroner also noticed it when he performed the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report. What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we?
We do, though.
Yeah.
And no possible way of knowing either. You freaking idiot.
The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Auchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn.
Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the dean and other university staff. She would like to know if she may be excused from the stand now.
No, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, dear lady. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, we shan't hold you up any longer.
Step on me.
Oh, please step on me, Lady Dimitrescu. Anyway. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with this case?
Yes. Been saying that for like 20 minutes now.
To be honest, I'm not really sure.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. There's no in-flight movie. I'm out of
outta
here. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I could keep digging and digging in the hopes that I might uncover something useful.
Man. All right.
I'm playing my trap card.
Ooh, pot of greed.
Yes, you're right.
Draw 2 cards.
I am?
If we can think of a link to that burn to the case, if we can just link that burn to the case, if we can do that, we may be able to prise this shutting door back open again.
But it's very obvious, guys.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. Just give up, counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that. Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture.
But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked to the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then would you allow it?
I would, yes.
tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn.
Really?
But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face.
Really? I have to find some link between that burn and the case.
Yes, she went from eggshell white to just white.
Milk toast.
All right.
This is the moment of truth.
Okay. Well, this is the conclusion right here.
It's time to find some evidence that proves what that burn really means.
Oh, she's definitely gonna speak English now.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Japanese. Keep saying wanting to say English, but
Yeah.
so then the defense will now present its evidence to the court.
This is the problem I always had with like Persona when they're in high school and they're like, but I'm so terrible in my English course, even though they're speaking perfect English and writing things in English.
Right.
It's a weird like hoop
It's
you have
like
to jump through.
for us English people.
Yeah.
It's like what?
It's like, oh yeah, this is in Japan. That's
Yeah.
right.
We have to assume that.
So probably the plate, the one that's exposed, the 1, 2 over, not that one.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah, because you can't see it, but yep, there's
it
the
is.
bowl. It's the hot plate.
There it
So that's
is.
the one to.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What's this, counsel? Yet another print? No, we already showed this one.
We've seen this one.
You fool.
Yes, Your Excellency. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention.
Yeah, imagine how this case would have gone if we didn't have this.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
Everybody's getting murdered.
Yeah, pretty much.
When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
No, hurry up, rookie. What are you trying to say?
Don't get existential on me, bitch.
To inconvenience this poor lady any further would really would be quite inexcusable.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett.
She's actually making the sound.
You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph.
Now look at this photograph. It really does make me laugh.
How did our eyes get so red? How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore.
What the hell?
Objection.
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn?
Oh yeah.
The fork.
Yeah, like honestly, come on. The beefsteak?
Yes, it's succulent. Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on.
The plate. I just got shocked.
I just want a break for lunch.
Your Excellency, are you alright?
As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival.
Leviosa.
I work there.
Oh man.
Oh, this emblem on the plate.
I had to stop for a second, collect my thoughts.
And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape.
Ryunosuke, you genius. Pull down those pants.
Let me slap you on the ass.
Time for the celebratory boil jump!
Yay!
You're spot on.
Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
But even if that's the case, you can't know if it happened on that day in question or not. It could have been the day before that. Or it's my legs. I'm just screwing up all the time.
Now who's grasping?
Well,
Objection.
Sadly, Prosecutor Ouchie, the chances of that are extremely slim.
Thanks.
Why?
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant.
It was such an indie.
I assume he got shot when he was facing forward. His hand fell on the thing and created the burn, and
Had to have.
they just didn't notice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when they moved him over, it just was there
Yeah.
already.
Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hasunaga?
I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
But I need a shower.
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure.
The only way he wouldn't have felt it is if he was already dead.
Yeah.
Can you be more specific, Inspector?
Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade,
Fucking centigrade, alright.
a burn like that would have taken around 30 seconds.
It's conceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. Yeah, especially 90 degrees Celsius. Like, holy
That's a
cow.
lot. That's a straight up brand.
Yeah.
Who would have... I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
With you... You're a detective, not a waiter!
Yes!
Yes!
Got him.
There you have it. Something isn't right here.
Alright.
Not right. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain.
Yeah. Easy.
There's no question of that.
And yet, Inspector Hasunaga never heard the professor scream. Not on that day or any before it.
That's right. And the strange thing is, on that day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either.
Yeah, he would have heard it too,
Yeah.
so... Yeah.
What are you suggesting?
Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day,
That would be beyond careless, I think, counsel.
Yes, I'm here too.
Yeah, I just wanted to I gotta butt in
I'm
every once in a
smart.
while.
then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer,
Oh, you remember me? Did you come? Yes. Oh, half off right now.
Get
half
back
off.
here, boy! They don't need us anymore.
all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Yes, I suppose.
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream?
I almost don't believe it. Ryunosuke, do you think?
Can it really be true? I've never dreamt we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but
Really?
I'm starting to think that maybe.
I might actually deserve that degree.
We've been led into a terrible trap.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You just realize it's... Oh, my God. All right. Somebody played a trap card. Oh, spellbinding circle.
One thing doesn't make sense so far.
Yeah.
The reason as to why isn't
Sure.
exactly abundantly clear. There's no motive here, unless we're waiting for her to start talking.
She's gonna...
but, like,
Yeah, she's definitely gonna spill the beans.
something is very strange in the fact that it was strung up like a trap there, as if they were expecting those two to be in the restaurant specifically.
Yeah.
Because, like,
No, you're right.
that plan falls through if there's not another party that's not involved,
Right.
as if it was planned for those two in particular.
I guess they may... I mean, it could be just happenstance. They were just like, all right, we knew we wanted to do it in a part of the day where nobody goes to eat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we just needed to have a couple people there so we could pin it on somebody.
Yeah, that's a very specific circumstance.
But it is. No, you're absolutely right.
Unless they knew that these two specifically were going to that place at that time to have a conversation.
Which, I mean, they do go to the same school as this girl.
They go to the same school as this girl.
So they could've known.
You'd assume this is a pretty popular restaurant with the
Right.
students.
So she could have just overheard and just was like, well, this is perfect timing.
Yeah, this opportunity.
Yeah.
There's only one explanation I could think of that makes sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already deceased.
Sure was.
No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds, and that would have woken him up if he was asleep. So
Exactly.
And there's no way he fell asleep.
Yeah.
That's clearly impossible, apart from one particular situation.
Counsel, are you suggesting?
Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead.
D-E-D dead. oh. Dead.
Dead?
Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. The steak did it.
The steak. It was the revenge of the cow.
When the beef steak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day,
Old Bessie took her revenge.
the professor was already dead.
Oh, okay. That's madness. Order, please. Somebody take my order. Counsel, explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot. That's right. That's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp on the facts.
Yeah.
Objection!
So maybe it was the drink. Maybe it was poisoned.
Well, I guess we don't know for a fact that. So,
Well, he's definitely shot for sure.
if they took a photo of the scene of the crime,
Right.
and they specifically framed the shot in a manner in which they didn't see the steak being eaten,
True.
it's possible that they framed the shot in such a way where he got shot. They placed the plate down, but like his hand landed on it or something. They turned it around, they took the photo, and then they took another shot with him out of the frame and showed the steak specifically with the half portion being eaten.
Right.
So they probably tried to create like a sequence of events by not showing that side of the steak being eaten.
Mm-hmm.
So that at least that's where I'm getting from that.
Yeah.
No, Professor Aruchi, it's you who has no grasp on the facts.
I beg your pardon?
As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered the burn while at the restaurant, because the coroner report also states that like his death was from a hemorrhage from being shot.
Yes.
So like
that's
the
true.
poison, if it was poison, he would
Yeah,
have blood
he
in his
would have had
throat.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would have burnt his throat.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
This whole case was turned upside down, or have you not grasped that yet? That and the plate would need to be like 90 degrees, so it just came out.
Right.
Yeah. Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. I think it's about time for her to start learning some Japanese.
Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forfeit your luncheon engagement. Yeah. But Your Excellency, she's so perfect. Oh. The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Where's Yagami at? We're talking about judgment.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, she's just smiling.
What was that smile?
What is happening?
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help.
Well, it's perfect now. Even he's shocked.
Uh-huh.
Especially if it helps relations between my country and yours.
Of course.
Miss Brett, you speak Japanese? Well, of course I do. I'm studying in your country after all.
Flimsy Japanese by the looks of things.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now?
My mother's tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible.
God damn. You're a guest here.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez, oh Pete.
Oh, does that mean we're not going on a date?
Oh.
But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with all of you on your own level.
Ouch.
It hits me right here. Oh, I already had our wedding pictured. You are the epitome of a true English gentlewoman.
Oh, whatever, you
We are
simp.
truly unmoored by this lavish consideration you so graciously afforded us.
I'm not amused. I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson.
You think that they would think this is just dishonorable, like she's slamming their country and their tongue.
Exactly.
So we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Ryunosuke.
God damn it. Are we still like...
Are you still
this
going?
has got to be it. This is like, we're
this-
going to kill her right
She's
now.
talking now, like this is final boss.
Yeah. The victim's death.
What could she say now?
Unfortunately, I had no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glass into a toast. As far as I heard, post-mortem reports show no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on that.
You're not doing yourself any favors. Why are you being so hostile in the situation?
know.
You're on trial here now.
They always do that, though.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking back to the big shiny guy from the trilogy or whatever.
yeah.
Like, he was just an asshole the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history. Thank you.
She's making fun of you and your judicial system.
I know. Like, come on, guys.
Easy does it.
I hope that is the last time I will have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone.
No, not at all.
No, not at all, not at all. It is a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady, and step on me.
Oh, fuck off.
And it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant. I will be speaking in your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today.
I'm sure you will.
The Minister of Justice? May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen.
I don't want religion in my
games. Oh.
Huh? Thanks. What was that a prayer then?
fucking religious bunch. Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with the cross-examination now.
We must tear down the matriarchy.
Exactly. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much.
Except for the bathroom.
Yeah, except for the bathroom. I can smell the Arby's.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that this will be your final cross and examination in this trial.
Okay, they said it. Now we can hold him to it. This is it.
If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony,
I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Wow.
Ow.
God damn. He's getting himself ready.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Just slap the Arby's right out of me. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination.
I am nice and empty.
That's how you know the tank is empty.
Yeah. The victim's death.
Okay, so let's take a look. So unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like
yeah,
that.
we can't like prove for sure that.
Yeah.
Well, we can, but the game's probably not.
When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. But we just there. Oh yeah, that's right. There was 2 glasses. Just one thing.
Keep that in the back pocket.
Yeah. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death beside the gunshot. That is true, right?
Yeah, that is true. Go to present real quick. I want to see that death report. Death occurred at 2 p.m. was caused by blood. Yep, so that's it. So that is 100% fact.
Yeah.
So there's nothing mischievous there.
Yeah. There's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace. Please do show.
Press
me.
on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Curious to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Without leaving a trace.
If someone is shot or strangled or stabbed or thrown from a height. However, a person's life is taken, there is always telltale traces on the body.
Well, yeah.
Quite right there, lady. Ooh, you're getting me all hot and bothered.
Taking into account this is also the 1910s, and forensic evidence has come a long way since then.
True.
So they may not know how to get fingerprints, because fingerprint data
Right.
hasn't come until like the
That
more
is
recent
a
times.
long time after
Yeah.
that.
So like they're not fully sophisticated with today's rules.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the picture thing is the newest invention for him. So.
Toxicology alone may be something they might not be able to deduce.
Yeah,
so
you're
poison
probably
might
right.
be out of the
Yeah.
question.
That's true too.
So yeah, we may not be able to trust those reports.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
And as our police force has started examining the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Is that right, Inspector Hasanaga?
As I said, I've always aimed for a flawless investigation.
There would be physical traces with all those causes of death. That's true.
If he got shot though, even though it didn't go through the back, wouldn't there be blood splatter?
Be blood splatter. Yeah, there definitely be blood splatter because like you shot him in the chest. There's
Right.
still vital arteries there.
Right.
That, I mean, like they have the bullet hole. It's not like they can seal that up. Like even,
Right. If they just left it as is, there would be blood coming out, and there should be on the floor as well.
There's always traces. There
Yeah.
are very few ways you can die without finding a reason.
Exactly.
But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark.
That is where poison comes into
Mm-hmm.
effect.
If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument fails rather flat, doesn't it? Just like the Earth is flat!
I do want to take another look at those bottles when we get a moment.
Okay.
Oh no, perish the thought, calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question.
Well, think about it. In the one picture, there was a little bit left,
Yep.
and the other picture was gone.
Yep.
And I think in the other picture that it was gone,
He had drink in it.
he had drank in it, and
Yeah.
he was sitting there. So, yeah,
So it's possible that poison was the thing that killed him.
that's what I'm thinking. So he drank it. Maybe. Only thing I'm thinking is like maybe they. Trying to think how maybe they shot him after. Or something,
There's another-
Cleaned it up. I don't know.
There's another piece of this puzzle that has not been revealed yet.
Yep.
Is what I'm thinking.
On my honor, I Takitsui, actually, Ochi, will cut down any who dare cast such aspersions, excuse me, not aspirations. I have no aspirations. I live in my mom's basement.
What a hero.
A way of killing someone that leaves no trace.
We need some evidence to back us up here.
So does that mean I'm gonna have to press her on everything to get a piece of evidence?
I think so.
Unless,
That one maybe?
yeah.
Yes.
Why would she insult us like that?
Inferior. What do you mean by that?
In the land of the great British Empire, the police store everything found at a crime scene for later examination.
That's true. We don't have the other gun in question.
Yep.
But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Quite right. La Camarilla is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident.
Huh.
Exactly. Which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost.
What the heck was that about?
So, because there is poison and it would damage internal arteries, him having that cough in the blood is a sign of indulging in some poison. Even
Yes.
if like it's just a little bit, it
What
will.
if he didn't know that? Yeah. So what if he didn't know that she poisoned him, and he took a drink, unknowing?
Yep.
Huh.
The interesting thing is, well, it sounds like they didn't do a whole lot of examination of the body for
They
one
didn't.
reason or another.
They
so
absolutely
like,
didn't.
it's best to assume that maybe the coroner just wasn't very thorough in the
He
process.
just saw the hole and called her good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He probably didn't even open up the clothes or anything like that. He just saw gunshot good.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't even occur to your naive detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand?
A killer blow! The lady is formidable as she is beautiful.
Amazing. He's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Aochu is finally starting to see sense.
I very much doubt that.
Yeah.
Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right.
Okay. Yeah, he's coughing away.
Yeah, it's starting to kick in.
Yep.
It progressively becomes more and more frequent the longer this goes.
I think it's going terribly.
Wow.
No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information.
Are we? Yes, as I suspected. She's a tough witness.
As the last one always is.
We need to find a way to break her testimony, or cross-examination will be over.
But what would that mean? I have to find the way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor. Kazuma,
What, Ryunosuke?
there is one thing I noticed, something that's been bothering me.
Okay.
Bothering you? You mean about Miss Brett?
Actually, no.
Yep. Been
We're
coughing.
on to the poison.
About the person standing next to her, Inspector Hazunaga.
The detective?
Yes, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant, if it might present an opening, maybe.
If we can
All
press
right.
him on it.
I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time.
Okay.
If you think so,
but
this time instead of targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective.
alright then, I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I will find out soon enough, I suppose. Once I press Miss Brett on her last statement again.
You know what? We're gonna press her on her last statement and wrap up this case next time.
Or so we
Let's
think.
have Karos. Oh, we're gonna wrap it up next
Yeah,
time. We're doing it.
It
This
has
is
to be
it.
it.
Yeah, this is. She's gonna reveal her true self, and we're gonna have the final conclusion to this, and we'll be done with the first episode of this game. So, all right. So once again, like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the Great Ace Attorney. I hope you are. And because I know we've been enjoying it. This has been a lot of fun. So,
Yeah.
and we will see you next time.